Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she's... God, I've forgotten what voice I gave him. And she's currently being treated in one of the seized hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file and everything we know about the victim so far. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. What was the weapon that was used? So I have that here. It was removed from the victim's back. Ouch, that big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Even the scragged-looking Seki-san, I suppose. A common or garden jackknife, I would say, rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? What the? I didn't mean to do that. Oh, look here, Miss Nahoda. Just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spied, Mrs. Sato. Wonder what could have happened to it. Yes, you don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Oh dear, I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful. From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim? I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Miss Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim.
Yes!
If theft and grievance have been ruled out as a motive, what reason could Miss Natsume possibly have had for stabbing the young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of her, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling a freshly uncorked bottle into bouquet. For it is you, my learned friend, who has been heavy-handed here. What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student. Yes, sir! As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. Would you have to believe it? Oh, wait, that wasn't... Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scouring his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord, I have a photograph here. Wait, what? Well, that doesn't sound Scottish. Yes, my lord, I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident. Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. You Nipneys are spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, forgive me, Lord Anziques, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Mr. Sato? Do go on! Miss Natsume has made the plain pardon incident. Isn't that right, Miss Naruhodo? Well, now that you mention it, when we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what all happened. As I was walking along that cursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her. A green overcoat. Well, that's exactly what the woman in that print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full colour. What will the world go through next? The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time, just two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there was nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the victim. A fact that the accused concedes. It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn tables here, so any chance. Well, out for London. You can see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther, though. That's light, is it? Around these parts, yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. I read that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. How quaint. Yes, well, it's not something as Londoners try to romanticize as I expect you can appreciate. I see. And this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm. Indeed, the other day I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see a carriage they were pulling. Chisato-san and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact, no doubt, lamented by the accused. How are you able to state that with any certainty? Quite simply, my learned friend, the course that is what the witnesses to this crime have told us. Yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right, one of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard. That is correct, ma'am. Then we must hear their testimony. The prosecution will, of course, according to the stand, should it be necessary. But wait a minute! 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen. I'm unaware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated in the night by black gas streetlights. Ah! The prosecution believes there would have been ample light by which to witness the crime. Right, here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. Which means we need to hear those witnesses' statements. But just get rid of the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to... It seems the counsel for the defence is taking stock. Continue your testimony, Inspector. Oh, the blade victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. No way am I using the reader. I relied on that I was too dependent on that last time.
Objection!
Nope. That probably comes into play at some point though.
Objection!
Nope. God, perfect time for a bloody brain fart. A large but complex found knife was found lodged in there. Armband, of course.
Hold it!
From behind, you say? That's right, as you can see from this print. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in a critical condition? Comatose, no less? I'm afraid so, my lord, yes. She's being treated up. I can't have just changed my voice from entirely. I'm afraid so, my lord. Yes, she's being treated at parts. I was hopeful that she'd come round before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own record of events. Countenance. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. Huh? On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your voice.
Hold it!
Mr. Natsume's belongings? I think you'll find this all there in the photographic print of the crime scene. Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. Right, yeah, ma'am. Sorry, just quoting just quoting extenders to see if my voice was similar. Which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsumi had his hands full of his books.
Hold it!
The defendant finally visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, I understand. God, my voice is changing again. A shop full of Odin, Eastern... Old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? The local map's information has been updated in the court record. The bookshop's location. Oh wait, no. Yeah, the name. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Can the man be any more sardonic?
Objection!
If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsumi's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. And you found that in the accused's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Yori Books. Yori Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume? Yes, my lord. So Miss Natsumi did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop, didn't they? However, the bookshop in question was not Bobbin Books. Eh? What? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir. God damn it, my voice is constantly changing.
Objection!
But in fact, that is the bookshop in which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it. Yes, what a difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes makes no difference in final analysis. I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the stream up here, if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. The defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books. And yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Yori Books, It may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? It rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely. It absolutely could be right. Inspector Gregson, where is this Yuri Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. It turns out that Yuri Books is just there on the next corner of Mersham Street going east. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh. My learned Nepalese friend is obviously in training to be a clown, the way he regales us with such witticisms. To your future career in the circus. You put that glass down now, or I'll put it down for you. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. The accused was coming home from your books instead of Bobbin books. There's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Allow me to reiterate from my learned, if somewhat slow, Nepalese friend. Wherever a man purchases musty terms, it makes no difference in the final analysis. As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. What they say, eh? I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon? Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Miss Naruhodo, you mustn't give up. What? What do you mean? The prosecution's assertion is correct. The members of the jury may very well decide that Miss Natsumi is guilty. She's absolutely right. We must think. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. It claims Saseki-san must have passed the location of the instant on his way home from Yuri Books, but, the assertion, just made by the prosecution, is fundamentally flawed. Yes, because they could have taken the alternate route, even though... Oh. Explain yourself, counsel! Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from Yuri Books to his lodgings, Miss Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked. Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that the route is what's commonly referred to as the long way round. On a cold winter's night, why would anyone choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings. And there's the obvious fact of his crime. But, yes, I've got it. Obviously, you must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsumi whether he took him. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such question. He claims he has no recollection. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He said he don't remember where he was or which route he took home. I don't believe that! I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around the subject. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? But even if that is the case, the defense still... I agree with Lord Van Zieks, wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Very well, in that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty. 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 Guilty.
Fuck you. It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and country admirably. It's never heard of. No, not yet. This is not over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of the scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those in the eyes of quarry not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial? Rights of the defence written into antiquated British law that should have been very long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it is the defence's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with a summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his uncle's refusal to ruin his eye. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on which grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Says the guy who was trying to worm his way out of payment in last trial. For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity, or he admitted it himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why, it could only have been the victim. The man with the gun around the house is on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I got work to be doing. Yuri books, yes, nice shop, Nat, but Foreman books? No, not worth a visit. With only minor exceptions, reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we've heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. Wouldn't you if someone was murdered in front of your eyes? How could I possibly make a case for the defense? It's now heard of. This is no time for grumbling. We want to force the trial to continue. Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. Must make the jurors change their minds. Well, for them at least. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Renosuke, you can do it.
Hold it!
Excuse me, but aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face, or the side of it anyway. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. And it was all going swimmingly until you started fossicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and that young Hatter pegged as criminals. Oh, well, you know, we're on the bridge. Now there's all sorts of rumours buzzing around, and the police have been badgering me non-stop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the Hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Ah, thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. You're right, now at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite, that's precisely... God, I just gave him a mouthful. Clearly, someone wearing green was the victim. But let us not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward, honestly claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. And if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think you would have concocted something more credible? Bitch! I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. Yeah. No one well for her.
Hold it!
But you can't deny that there were other routes Miss Natsume could have taken back from your books. Oh yes, like you drew on the map, you mean. What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. And at the moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there? Well, yes, that's true as well. And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Well, yes, that's annoyingly true. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible. Well, yes. Why is all this true? But really, the only thing that makes sense is they went home along the dry road. I'm supposed to be convincing you here. I have given it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone the Calabash Roadway, it'd be different. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case, honest, I would. The reason why Seki-san might have taken the long way home. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you'd be able to sway this young man's opinion, however. Whatever is the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garidab, aren't you? The landlord who rents Miss Natsume his room. The master's wife? Where do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid, you understand? She's keeping up that charade. This is gonna be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'd been selected for joining this trial, I mean? Anyway, Miss Natsume, the defendant takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? What? Excuse me? Having a mustache myself, I take offense to that. If having a mustache makes you guilty, then just lock me up.
Hold it!
A man's life is on line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on line too, and so is my family's. Like you wouldn't understand, but labor like me can't afford to take time off. I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. How I've been doing this experiment in new rules. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just round the corner from where it all happened, where the old bookshop was. What? Another coincidence? That's right, Meerschaum Street it was. Meerschaum Street. On the map, Miss No-Ho-Ho, there are only 3 named streets. Joe number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can we just get this business over with now? Please, sir, it's important. Fine, I'll do it then.
Hold it!
Sorry, fault did you say? Fault what? No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're talking about. Now, what time did you visit your books on the day in question? What do you mean? I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head. So it's worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road. That's right, I live in Compound, you see. And down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your 8 books. Joe number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry, extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now. Actually, save first. If I entertain any notions.
Objection!
Those 2 statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reason. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. Why, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack he had been to your 8 books and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He then returned home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. What he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Once finished these two, I might go back to the Ace Attorney trilogy, because while I've covered that twice already, I want to see if I can actually get through Farewell My Turnabout without having about 15 resets. Someone in a green overcoat, who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we all well. God. Now giving her an old lady voice. Can we really be sure on that, madam? Why, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard Joe number 6's account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim. He was wearing a green overcoat, and he fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man had a somewhat similar build to the victim. Well, look at that! Oh, I just gave him Gregson's voice. My goodness me. Sorry, you need a pee? And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsumi saw collapsing in front of him was in fact Joe number 6, it means the defendant must have taken a long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my! You idiot, old man! If you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming about there, we'd have boxed this off you hours ago. And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling overcoat? What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the street these days? Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles in my beautiful green overcoat, is it? Now's not the time for applying your makeup, woman. My lord, I do have your own cross. You'd like to change your leaning, I presume? I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict not guilty. And I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind, is it? Well... No, actually, because that's beneficial to my case. Then again, that's Britain, so it's probably not as common. Thank you, Counsel. On with the summation examination, please.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly out of another. Please don't point. It was me, I swear. Yeah, what? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, Joe. What? What do you mean? Joe number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Miss Natsumi visited this bookshop to purchase a number of second-hand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Meerschaum Street, making it impassable. Which means that the defendant's route home Could not have taken him along Meerschaum Street and down by a road. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, what do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? We must have had a good 2 yards or more off the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So, the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken a longer route back to his lodgings. Yes. My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes? I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so I can get to the bottom of what really happened. What about you, sir? Me? Well, alright then. Don't know why I'm giving this voice. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in. That's what I say. Change this somewhat because that's unstereotypical. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The eyes 2, the nose 4. So the nose have it not guilty, they say, which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my health chalice moments after raising an objection, only to crush it in disgust? Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zieks. It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them insightful. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer.
Objection!
I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed. Stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated. That's right. It took me the whole day and they paid me a measly twopence for it. Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me, do you have any notion of the distance the 2 yards represents? Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters, that's not much at all. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of modern figure. Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the side of your words? Judge, I would like to be found guilty because I'm about to murder someone. My lord. Yeah, nice way to cover things up. What are you talking about? My lord, the prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Granted, bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. Its next witnesses? Mr. No, hold up, do you not remember? Been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yes, I remember, and the meanest company of policemen no less. Alright, no matter who Van Zeeks brings to stand as his witnesses, and no matter what they say, I believe in Sasaki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until this battle is over. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. Constable Rolly beat, sir! Nothing to report on the streets, sir! Ah, bruh. And I'm Miss Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary the other day. No, it was your husband I was asking about. Seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honourable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from their days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know. They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check their meters are meaning true, and are responsible for keeping the streets clean. What the? Oh, it's you. There are a number of items on that list that don't so much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet and have collapsed long ago. But it goes without saying that the policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For the London body, he's a man of honour. And a man of slumber. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Via Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Miss Beat? That's right, sir. Isn't it really? Constable Rolly Beat, sir. Nothing up on the street, sir. What a great witness he's gonna be. Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir. It was our wedding anniversary, and Willie was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two cigarettes sprayed out with a fork on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one just collapsed on the floor, and the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Crash level for London bodies as they have indeed. Indeed, however, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without a doubt the accused, Mr. Saseki Natsumi. Then one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less, so you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that the man's so tired, his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense, commence the cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. It was our wedding anniversary when he was taking me out for a meal.
Hold it!
Press. No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Miss Bean? Oh no, sadly not. It's a job shopping young men. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. Takes you down to the ground, doesn't it, darling? What? Ah, I just finished my bait. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Oh dear, that doesn't seem fun. Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you had finished your beat for the day, correct? That's right, sir. Yes, although I was fit the job, to be honest. after spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen at the end. What's that now? My warrant card, sir. Proof that I'm a London copper. As the noble founding principles of the force of it. As a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir, for such a course, I cover 20 miles every day without a grumble. Because I know that the plodding on my boots is all Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. So, I think crime doesn't appear to come into it then. But sir, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Miss B puts up with enough. Could you get a lovey-dovey later? Oh, what charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. A little over the top, perhaps. And then, kindly describe what happened next.
Hold it!
Two silhouettes. That's right, they were coming towards us, so walking the blind road in the opposite direction. Yes, unfortunately it does. And you're certain that Valentine there's nobody else nearby? Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there's streetlights on my road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? What? Ah, yes, that's right. Of course, there was a light fog on the ground. But Fire Road is dead straight, and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any there's... Before sleep takes a firmer hold. Your answer, please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure what you just said? Yes, sir. The couple spends all day, every day, keeping watch on the streets and swear to it, sir. I'm as sure as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, God. Save the lovey-dovey for after the trial, why don't you? Still maintaining those on around when the victim and the attacker. It seems like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsumi, did it? You've led the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just for the incident. Now, what happened in the crucial moments that followed?
Hold it!
Scattered something. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. And then when we got closer, we realized what it was. Then we down. What? Ah, yes, that's right. There was some old books. I see, old books. Yes, sir. The culprit has dropped a number of them. All of our mother victim lay on the pavement. Indeed, as clearly pictured in this photographic print. That blonde Japanese man did not when he did the piece.
Hold it!
Let's not forget, now it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker. But we saw him. It was the man in the dark without question, sir. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the dark mouth, the snub nose, everything. Any more insults you want to throw in? That's right, he looked down at the poor defenseless woman with those terrifying intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his bucks onto the pavement and ran away. I see. This is tough. You seem as though they're telling the truth here. Was it your husband who went to fetch help? No. Oh no, I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling? What? Ah, yes, that's right. Oh, gone again?